Welcome back to the show. A free educational series is coming to Ludington Woods to help members of our community learn what resources are available as they age.
And for February, the session is called Understanding Dementia. And we're joined by Regional Wellness Director Kristen Nitz with more information. Kristen, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So first off, I love that this is a series. This isn't just a one and done type thing, but how long have you been doing this? What types of topics have you covered in the past?
Yeah, so this is one of my first times being a speaker. So I have done other speaking. I'm part of our memory care committee that we have at Story Point Group, and I do different educations for people in our senior living communities, but also for the greater community. So.
Excellent.
Yeah.
What type of topics are we looking to cover with these sessions?
Yeah, so this particular session that I'm covering today in Ludington at our Ludington Woods community is about understanding dementia and really educating people and their loved ones who are on the journey of dementia on what dementia really is, the different stages of dementia, what that person is really experiencing, and how to best meet them on their journey.
Wow. Obviously, we don't want you to give away the whole speech, but give us, some of the takeaways, or maybe what some people are most surprised about after they hear a presentation.
Yeah,
like this.
sure. So what I hear often when I do these types of presentations, whether it be by staff, family members, loved ones, etc., is that they really don't understand what the person is experiencing, and that what the brain changes are really causing for that person on that journey. And I often say, they're not giving us a hard time, they're having a hard time, right?
Exactly.
So meeting them on their journey and how, we need to best serve them wherever they are on their timeline, we call it, is really important.
How did you put this session together? It's knowing what a dementia patient is going through has got to be a difficult thing to understand by anyone who's not going through it themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. That couldn't be more true. And I think the biggest thing is that, at Story Point Group, our mission is to create the absolute best experience for every person, every minute of every day. And that includes our residents they're on a dementia journey. So whatever that looks like for them that day may change. And really education and resources and our whole memory care approach that we offer in our communities is vital to that.
Gotcha.
Can you share the difference with us between dementia and Alzheimer's?
Sure.
And in either case, how they can really look different from person to person?
Yeah.
It may not be the same for everybody.
Absolutely. So what I like to say when I do these educations is that all Alzheimer's is dementia, but all dementia is not Alzheimer's. So Alzheimer's is one of the most common forms of dementia, but there's a lot of things about dementia. There's actually reversible dementia, which a lot of people don't understand. So we cover all those topics of what's reversible, what's irreversible, what the brain changes look like, why some of those, we call them expressions or behaviors, happen because the certain parts of the brain that are being affected.
It's so important to provide people with these clarities because my grandfather went through Alzheimer's, unfortunately, before he passed, and I would have loved to have been able to understand what he was going through as opposed to just kind of watching helplessly from the sidelines. What has the response been from people you've kind of taught these lessons to? Because this, I wish I had access to this information.
Yeah. So I think, for our caregivers, whether they're caregivers that actually are employed in our communities or caregivers of loved ones in the greater community, just being equipped with that information is super important. It reduces frustration, and we really try to bring the positive approach to caregiving as opposed to looking at it as a sad time or it's a tough journey. There's no denying that, but there's definitely some positive things we can do to make the most meaningful and quality journey that we can during this time. So I think the response is that caregivers just feel more equipped and empowered and able to really be present with their loved ones, whether it be for visits or just day-to-day life.
Invaluable.
Do you find that caregivers, or maybe even family members who are not the caregivers, that a lot of maybe the absence of being involved in that person's life as the disease progresses is just because of a fear of not knowing what's going on?
Definitely.
They just don't know how to handle it?
Yeah, and we do see a high rate of denial for families, that they don't want to believe that this is really where mom, dad, husband, wife, brother, sister, etc. really are in life, which is why diagnosis typically takes so long, because they just try to kind of
Gotcha.
pretend it's not happening. And really, I think one of the biggest things is that, this education can help people. One of the things that we educate on too, and part of our education is how to have a meaningful visit with somebody who's on that dementia journey. So it doesn't turn into frustration, and it doesn't turn into, which it often can. So when we equip them with those tools of how you can meet your person where they are, it may not be mom or dad the way you've always known them, but they're still there. There's the essence of that person still is there. So
Now, in our last minute together today, Kristen, where can people go for more information on the Understanding Dementia session, but also all the other educational benefits and resources that are coming to Ludington Woods?
yeah, so you can go to our storypointgroup.com site and find a community. Like I said, we really partner with our families for the residents that are living in our communities, especially the ones who are on a dementia journey. We offer family nights, we offer ongoing family education. We offer the same education for our caregivers, which is super, super important, because approach is everything when it comes to dementia care. And so we are really passionate about making sure they have the right tools, the right education, so we can really approach that resident and meet them where they are.
That's great. Well, regardless of whether it's this session or a future session, really all great opportunities just be aware of in your local community. So thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you so much,
Thank you for
Kristen.
having me.
Great
It's
to
a
see-
pleasure.